Hello, beautiful people of the internet. My name is Wanda. I am the host of the Wanda Van Podcast, the singer of the Wanda Band, and the driver of the Wanda Van. Today, my very special guest is Jayne from Jayne and the Huntsmen, and she's due to be here any second. Oh, there she is. What's up?
Yo, hi.
Welcome.
Is there a fare for this bus?
Yes, it'll be approximately 30 minutes of your time.
I love that. Number one. Number two, I need that everywhere else as well.
You don't pay with money, you pay with time.
With time.
Welcome to the Wanda Van Podcast.
I'm excited. I've only watched the first one so far. I need to catch up.
Okay.
But it was really good. And now I have like this inclination to like smell the vents. But
How does it smell?
it does. I see.
You smell the crayon?
I smell the crayon. Yeah.
It's odd, right?
Yeah.
We're here at Gold Sprint Coffee. I'm pulling out, and we're going to take a little ride and talk about some big, exciting things that are happening for you.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Happening this week.
This week, yeah. We've got the EP release coming up for our second EP. Mm-hmm.
In what, 2-3 years? You just released one.
2022 was the last one.
Okay.
And then this one's getting released, and we have some more material we're working on as well. So hopefully not too long after this one, we'll have another one. But
Amazing.
I'm excited.
Publishing.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of like the modern like release a single, release another single, release another single, because I don't know, I listen to albums a lot. Mm-hmm. I like to feel how the songs bleed into each other.
Yeah.
And so like this is a little bit of a more affordable way to approach that kind of album artistry. Like this EP we're releasing is all about like mental health and just trying to keep up with life when sometimes it's kind of hard to do that on your own. So it's exciting.
That is exciting.
I keep saying the word exciting. I'm so sorry. It's all I can feel right now. It's just like that it's happening soon jitters.
Yeah.
You know?
You're excited for weeks and weeks, almost like from the moment you start recording, you're like, this is the best thing ever. And then you release it and you're like,
here it is.
Ta-da! And people are like, cool.
Want to see a magic trick?
And that's why people think musicians are fucking crazy.
Yeah. I mean, we kind of are.
We really are, especially now.
Yeah.
Especially now. I mean, have you seen that clip of Snoop Dogg going around where he's like, how the hell do you get 1 billion streams and only like $1 million? Like, somebody tell me.
I don't know. I really like Bandcamp. That's like my go-to platform. Mm-hmm. But I've been branching out lately to a website called Fourth Wall as well. Which I don't know if you've heard of or used.
Never heard of it.
But Fourth Wall is great, especially if you're an online creator like me.
Yeah.
Because you can set up a whole merch store with made-to-order items as well. So I've got like all kinds of merch on Fourth Wall that you can't find at any of my live gigs. There's like sweatshirts and hats and beanies and tumblers and all this kind of stuff that I couldn't afford to buy like wholesale price.
Right.
And so I don't make as much, I guess, off of it, but it saves me a lot of that initial upfront cost. It's really cool.
Fourth Wall. Okay, I'll look into it.
It's neat. Recommend.
So you mentioned you are mainly a digital creator. So I know that you are pretty heavily involved on Twitch.
Yes.
And how long have you been doing that?
We are over 4 years now. We're going on 5, which I really never thought I would be working online because I am so not tech oriented. I'm so bad with everything involving the internet. I still don't understand what half of it means.
Yeah.
I just use YouTube and pray, essentially. And sometimes it doesn't work out well, but other times it's fine. I got Google Fiber at my house, so...
Fancy.
Yeah, I get that good connection, you know?
Got that good connection. That's awesome. Yeah, a lot of people during the pandemic were kind of forced to do the live streaming, and it seemed to really have worked out for you.
Yeah, for real. I was an idiot, I think, when the pandemic started. It didn't feel real to me, I guess. Mm-hmm. And so I had, like, a lot of resistance. But then it was like, people are literally dying.
Yeah.
So you can get over not playing shows for a month. Or, well, it was more than a month, but you know what I mean?
Like, at first, we thought it would only be a month.
Yeah. And so, like, a week after my shows got canceled, I started streaming on Twitch. And the very first day I streamed, I made, like, $30, which isn't a lot, but for a first day,
that's really awesome.
That's awesome. And I got rated by Mike TV Live, who he is really cool because he only does original music on his stream. And he was really cool, and tossing all those people on me on my very first day caused me to, like, it was like that throw the kid in the pool moment of, like, you sink or you swim.
Yeah.
And so I had to learn, you know, like, what are raids, what are bits, what are subs, all that kind of jazz. But now, like, last year I got to play in Paris in front of a bunch of international fans, and I got to play in Amsterdam in front of a bunch of international fans. And
so cool.
Like, 10-year-old me is doing somersaults.
You were able to, I mean, through Twitch, you were able to kind of reach an audience that you never really would have been able to in North Alabama.
Absolutely. Well, there's a lot of great people here, and I still think this is a great scene to be involved with.
Of course.
But there's not a lot of listeners here, I feel like. It's something where the culture could use some growth. Mm-hmm. I got off topic, though. Which I do all the time.
It's okay. That's what podcasts are for.
Yeah. Yeah, basically, like, the audience that I'm in front of now is so spread out, and it's so neat to find people from all different age ranges, ethnicities, sexualities, everything near and far, and we're all connecting because we share one language, and that's music. And it feels so powerful to me in a way that, like, I'm curating this community of people who come from all different walks of life, and it makes me feel very inspired.
Yeah.
And I've written so much lately just because my eyes are continuously being opened and reopened and reopened and reopened.
Yeah. So when you're writing, like, you're talking about your eyes are getting open to new perspectives, like,
yeah.
Do you feel like you can write more when you kind of have a little perspective shift in your world? Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Every time I learn something new, I want to write about it. I'm so silly goofy in the sense of I'm a sponge. I like absorbing everything. I don't know. I like life. I like the world. There's a lot of crappy stuff too, but
yeah, but
even life, that is, you write about it.
It's part of it.
You write about it or you cry about it, you know?
Or you do both. I'll write about the most personal thing in the world.
Yeah.
So detailed for me. I'm like, I know what this means. Mm-hmm. How would anybody relate to it?
Yeah.
And then you almost kind of feel like, do you ever feel embarrassed when you share a new song? Like,
yeah.
You're, like, kind of scared to say it. You're playing the guitar and you're like, this feels kind of vulnerable.
Absolutely.
And then somebody comes up to you after the set and they're like, that song really spoke to me. And then they'll start telling you about their problems, and, like, then you become a therapist.
And then there you are. I love that kind of moment, though, because I've had a few of those in the past couple of years where it's just like, people just warm my heart when they, like, make it known that they enjoy what you're doing.
Yes. I remember I saw y'all play. I saw Jayne and the Huntsmen at the Common House.
Yeah.
This was a couple years ago, maybe a year ago.
I think it was last summer, like early summer maybe.
I looked around and I saw this older man that I had never seen before. And, you know, he's like my dad's age or something. Yeah. And he was mouthing every single word to your songs.
Shout out, Dawn. I love you.
Is it Dawn?
It's Dawn.
We love you, Dawn.
You're the best.
And I just thought it was so precious. I was like,
I know.
He loves this band.
He's my probably biggest fan. I've met him on Twitch. He lives in Canada. I don't know if I told you that. You saw him in Huntsville, Alabama.
You always wonder, like, who's gonna care, almost?
Yeah.
Or, like, I don't know. For me, it's like, if someone cares that much, if there's one person that cares that much, then there are more people out there. Mm-hmm. And I just haven't found them yet.
Yeah.
And for now, this person's going to buy all my t-shirts and come to every show and tell me I'm awesome. And thank you. I need the encouragement sometimes because it's rough out here, isn't it?
It is. I know we've all played those shows where it's like, why am I here?
Yes.
This is a paid practice. I just choose to believe in those moments that somebody is going to show up. They just haven't yet.
And they always do.
It's almost like a manifestation type of thing.
Yeah.
I was playing a gig in Ottawa last week. If you've seen anything on TikTok about the Little Debbie Park,
I have.
That's where that is.
Okay.
It's literally, the venue I played is like 5 minutes or so from that park.
Okay.
But I was playing there, and it was like a hotel bar. Mm-hmm. And it was so dead. The bartender's like, you don't have to play if you don't want to. And I was like, no, I want to. And and he just kind of goes back into the kitchen area, and I'm playing, and there's nobody there. And then finally, like an hour and 30 minutes into the gig, a whole bunch of people show up.
Yeah. And
they're there, like, to listen to me.
Oh.
I didn't know them. They just, like, coming out and supporting, like, local music and stuff like that. And they were so nice. Kept requesting songs. Loved my originals. You know, it's moments like that it's like, this was nice. This was nice.
I love stories, like people's venue stories, road stories, show stories.
Yeah.
Like, there are so many odd interactions that we have in this industry, and I just want everyone that I know to write a little book. I'm like, tell me all your weird stories.
Okay, I just started, like, taking notes for the book that I want to write. It's like a coffee table type of book about, you know, living life as a DIY musician and all the places I've been, because I've played everywhere now, from like Tacoma, Washington to Amsterdam in the Netherlands, and I have a lot of perspective that I feel like I can offer to other musicians, but also I think people just want to hear the funny stories.
We've known each other for 10 years, and two things that I've always admired about you is, A, you know how to book a fucking show. Like, you're gonna make it happen. You don't care about cold calling, cold emailing.
No, yeah, it takes a lot of work, but somebody's gotta do it.
You're so good at booking shows. You've played all over this country. I mean, you're so ambitious, and you always end up doing it. And then the second thing is, you'll be like casually like, I wrote a song last night, and then you'll play it for me, and I'll be like, bitch, that's the best song you've ever written. And you seem to always one-up yourself.
I try to one-up myself.
You always do. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
My favorite one on your new album is the latest single, I think.
Something Wrong in My Head.
Something Wrong in My Head.
I was doing a 30-day songwriting challenge, and I wrote that one as like day number 14 or something like that. And it sounded similar but different in the first little demo video I took. Mm-hmm. And then 2 days after that, I ended up in the ER.
No!
And then a day after that, after I got home from the ER, I had COVID. And it was awful. So I never finished the songwriting challenge. Can you imagine what else I could have written after that if I hadn't gotten COVID?
For songwriting was like, hey, there's something wrong in general.
Yeah,
you're
in
sick,
general.
Bitch.
You're
Slow
sick.
down. Well, to segue into this new album, you guys recorded this with Jay Burgess, didn't you?
We did.
In Studio 144?
Phenomenal. Yeah.
Tell me about working with Jay.
He will toss out suggestions, and he'll come at you with all these fresh ideas. You don't have to go with it, but he's right.
Usually, yeah.
Yeah, most of the time he's right, but he just generally has a great understanding of songs and the soul of the songs. I feel like he gets that really well.
Real ones get it.
The real ones do.
So how many songs are on your new record?
There's 5. Last year, as part of Pride Month, we got a grant from Loudly Inclusive Media Collection to release as part of a little mixtape they were putting together. So we released Smothering Me, like way earlier than I was originally intending to do it. But it was a great way to collaborate with other artists and be part of something that was bigger than just the band. I'm really glad we got to be a part of that as well. And then the second single got released a couple weeks ago, Something Wrong in My Head. And then there's 3 songs on it that I guess we'll have to wait and see.
I just had Caleb Elliott on this podcast.
Yes, I'm so excited to see that one.
What were we talking about? Like social media and how it's a cigarette.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like that thing that you step outside to do and go disassociate. It's like this little addiction.
Yep.
He's like, that sounds like great songwriting fodder. I was like, we should write a song about that.
I hope that song exists. I just wrote a song actually about Facebook, so
Pray tell.
It's about how you kind of can't say anything without somebody throwing an opinion out there, you know?
It's true.
I've been watching a lot of like videos on Facebook, and it doesn't matter if it's like 2 sea otters getting reunited with each other. Somebody will be like, this is animal abuse, like in the comments.
Every single time.
Every time. It hurts.
Every single time. Well, since you guys like to have opinions on the internet, why don't you make a comment in this video? Smash that like button. What else?
Follow, subscribe.
Listen
to both of our music.
Listen to our music. Jayne and the Huntsmen. Look them up. They have a new album that's coming out. Is it coming out technically tomorrow?
Friday.
Mm-hmm. New music Friday. What's the EP called?
Something Wrong in My Head.
Something Wrong in My Head. And it's about all of us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's something wrong with you. Okay. Thank you for watching the Wanda Van Podcast. We love you guys. Bye. That's all. Did you hit that red button?
Absolutely.
Amazing. I can't wait to edit this.